Failure is success in progress. Albert Einstein. My friends, practice trading each and every day costs you 10 to 15 minutes. That is all we ask. Following these charts, following price movement. That's all we care about. We don't care about what the talking heads talk about. We don't care about the arguing of the experts. One saying the market's going up, the other says it's going down. No, no, no. We care what we see the charts doing, what they are telling us, and of course, we watch our Heikin-Ashi candlesticks and our volume like hawks. We also use our weekly trend line. That is the real skill set that we build here. And of course, what do we see going on this week? We are in a down move right now on the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ 100. We can see how things have ranged quite nicely here. Up for the day overall, we ended up 0.04%, but as you take a look on the chart, you can see that we ranged right down to our profit band during the course of the day. Is that not beautiful? Some of you punched out on that practice trade, sold half your position. Others are still hanging in there, but again, moving in the right direction, which is of course down. Now again, those of you new to this game might be saying, what are y'all talking about? Why would you be practice trading the S&P 500 if it's going down? Because we are practicing in an inverse fund, which is going up, SH. Same on the NASDAQ 100. We have another inverse fund. There's plenty of them. This is just the single inverse, PSQ. You don't want to get too smart yet, but looking here, and you can get into those double inverse, triple inverse, and that's getting a little too smarty pants for me, not going there. But as you look at what we see going on, of course, you can see going up. These are inverse funds. We've got a great training on that. Inverse funds, how to make money when markets crash. Look that up on YouTube. You'll get a lot out of it. Now, let's see where we are on the half day, well below. In fact, you can see as we follow that, we'll bring it over one more, just how close we got to punching out on that trade. We'll see how things continue to move. But again, moving in the right direction for us. That is where we are on the S&P 500. Oh, the 2-day also well below. And again, moving in the right direction. You can see the volume is just the first day of the latest 2-day candle. It'll finish drawing tomorrow. I hope it'll be somewhere up there in the average. Look at in the afternoon, though. Look at that higher, much higher volume. So we'll keep an eye on things, see how they move. Now, we see the NASDAQ 100 not dropping as much as the S&P. And again, it was not, you see you've got 4 down candles on the 2-day chart. We have 6 down candles, on the S&P 2-day chart. So more downward momentum in the S&P as opposed to the NASDAQ 100, the tech stocks. But of course, well below on the 2-day and the half-day, moving still in the right direction, not as quickly. We'll see how things continue to go tomorrow. What about bonds? Well, bonds have continued to move down strongly, down 0.54%. Look at this big candle, and we're already at average volume. And again, it's just, we're just getting to midweek, so we got a ways to go before we're out of it. But look at that 2-day chart and that half-day. Look at all that volume moving in the right direction, which is down. Oh, the inverse fund is Tango, Bravo, Foxtrot. That is a single inverse for 20-year government bonds, and it is a booming. Now, we'll go to gold. Gold down 1.24%. Looking more and more like gold is going to be a short position for us to pull the trigger on when we get to the end of the week. Now, don't have an inverse fund in gold. Well, we do have one. If I remember correctly, DGZ. It is an inverse in gold. The problem with it is it's not very liquid, which means you got a big spread between the bid and the ask. That's why we don't mess with it. That's why if you want to practice shorting gold, you're going to need to go to GLD and buy puts in your practice trade. Do you know how to trade options? Well, if you join at any of our 3 levels as a Patreon member, we have a 3-part series, Options Made Simple the Charting Wealth Way. Just what you need to get started. Plus, Patreon members already, those who are thinking about it and join, there is also some really good stuff there at the Patreon page on the Greeks. Search for Greek. You will find 2 different articles I've put together on understanding how to use the Greeks. And those, again, are the equations that help you understand how volatility is affecting the options, how they are priced, and how to use that information to, again, help you make the right decisions when you're looking at purchasing options in your practice trades. You notice I always say practice trades are not a stock calling service. We're not a Bitcoin. We're not a gold. We're not an index or bond calling service. We are an education firm. I want you to train with us. Doesn't cost you anything but some time each day to practice. And again, perfect practice makes perfect. So gold looks like it is really blowing off steam. We can see where it stopped before, right around that 174.50 or so mark. Looks like it is trying to put in lows below that, down to 173.70. So want to see that continue and perhaps put in a short position there toward the end of the week in a practice trade. Now, let's lastly move on to Bitcoin. This is the Bitcoin ETF, the VanEck Bitcoin strategy, set up to follow Bitcoin. It is up just a little bit for the day, 0.09%. You can see this sideways slide on the 2-day. You can see where it's up, down, around the same positions on the half-day. If we zoom into the weekly, you can see that this week is just a little bitty red spinning top. So not much happening. It has blown through that weekly trend line in a sideways slide, and we're still waiting for Bitcoin to figure out what Bitcoin is going to do. That is where we are, folks, as we push through Hump Day. We so appreciate you being with us. Always love to hear from you. CW@chartingwealth.com. If you appreciate what we do for you each and every day for free, would you subscribe to the YouTube channel? Would you like our video? And would you consider becoming a Patreon member and help underwrite the costs of the channel? What we do for free. A lot of great stuff that you get as a Patreon member, including weekly vertical crossovers. We're looking for 20 every week on the S&P 500 to help you out there to find some things to practice trade, along with the 3-wave trades, which I actually recorded yesterday afternoon. I'll be posting it to the Patreon page today for all you Patreon members, along with charting cryptos, commodities, and currencies. Already got that recorded for you too. I'll be putting that up this evening, and it'll be ready for our Patreon members. God bless, my friends. All the best from the whole team at Charting Wealth World Headquarters.